who needs to be worried? Let's talk specifically about the PhilAms who are in the U.S., no? Those who have acquired their U.S. citizenship, those who are petitioning for their family members here in the Philippines, no? To join them in the U.S., those who have a green card, those who have a working visa, a student visa, a business visa. Who needs to be worried among the Filipino Americans who are now in the U.S.?
Well, let's just say instead of worried, who should be concerned about what's going on? And I really believe that everyone should be concerned. They should be cautious. They should be careful about what's going on. Because the Trump administration, I believe, is going to adopt a policy of being super makulit, looking for ways to deny cases. They're also, as you reported just now, like a bull in a China shop with the mass deportations. And I would strongly recommend to your viewers, especially those in the U.S., that they really should see an attorney. I'm not saying that because I want business, it's because I want to help. Just like if a person has an ailment, see a doctor to diagnose.
So, Attorney Michael, that's also the same recommendation as the Ambassador Babe Romualdez. He said if you're staying in the U.S. illegally, it's best to come home, try to fix your papers here, because once you are deported, there's no way of going back. No, there's no chance for you to be they will give you a visa to go back to the U.S. So, is this a sweeping policy that you're recommending for all? If you're a TNT, which I'm sure you're very familiar with, tago na Pinoy, and you have the means, fly back to Manila? Is that what you're, to the Philippines at least?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I heard what the ambassador said. I respect his decision, and certainly that could apply to some people. But in my opinion, before anyone takes that drastic step of flying back, they should consult with an attorney, because there's a number of things. My opinion is, once you go back to the Philippines, you may never be able to return to the U.S. How do you return? Let me go through a couple of laws. First of all, even if you're not deported, if you're 1 year tago na tago in the U.S. and you depart, you cannot come back for 10 years. Okay. So that's a 10-year bar. And then how are you going to come back at the end of the 10 years? You're not going to get another visitor visa. Instead, before departing the U.S. or thinking about doing that, see an attorney. Maybe there are ways by which you can legalize your status. In addition, once you go back to the Philippines, what are you going to do? Are you going to find work there? Or are they going to have to go to KSA, to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and find work there? There have been many people, and I'm not guaranteeing, but there have been many people who came to see me. They had given up. They thought their case was hopeless, but sometimes there could be pagasa. Sometimes there could be a way to legalize yourself in the U.S. And unless you examine that before hopping on the plane, you'll never know. So again, my advice is that if you are thinking of flying back to the Philippines, first, see an attorney who can evaluate your situation, because maybe there could be a way by which you could legalize yourself in the U.S. without having to leave.
So based on your many, many decades of experience as an U.S. immigration lawyer, may we know what are some of the ways to legalize their stay?
Some of the ways to legalize your stay, of course, is a love marriage to a U.S. citizen. Everybody knows that. They don't need an attorney for that. A person may have had a child in the U.S., and the child is now over 21 years of age. They can petition. Family petitions. Even an employer could petition somebody for a green card. If they're not eligible to apply for the green card in the U.S., and they have to go back to the Philippines to apply there, there's what's called provisional waiver. In fact, I have a YouTube channel, U.S. Immigration TV, where I have posted several videos on various different ways to legalize your status, either by remaining in the U.S. or if you have to go back, ways that you can get provisional waiver. There's other type of avenues to legalize your status. If a person has, let's say, a U.S. citizen or immigrant parent or child or spouse, and they have been in the U.S. for at least 10 years, They can go in front of a judge with what's called cancellation of removal and apply for a green card that way. What I'm saying is that there are still a number of ways by which there could be pagasa. In addition, I want to point out to people that Trump is going to be president for 4 years, and he had been president 4 years
In 2016.
ago.
Yes.
And they lived through that. So to the extent that you in the U.S. are going through the trauma, you went through that back in 2016. Just have faith, just have hope, just have prayer.
Let's get together. It's NET25. It's NET25.